today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Miami Dolphins.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Bridgewater now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. James Prochet deep for Baltimore. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
Another excellent season from Lamar Jackson that was cut short by ankle injury and actually showed just how much he is valued as the leader of the Baltimore Ravens as they went 0-4 down the stretch and missed the playoffs without him. Prior to that, they were 8-5 in a tough NFC North, and he his third.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
A throw taken in by Tylan Wallace. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Bridgewater's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. They run right side with Hunt, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Play fake. Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Flush to his right. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off the...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
he's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run again with Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left. Just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the
about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. To throw, Bridgewater. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. Going to look deep for Wilson. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Brandon Stevens, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest. For more of the same, the rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
That is definitely what we call a defense and uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Going long here for Wallace. And this is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Tylan Wallace, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And now a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but
he'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. In the passing game, let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
Oh, the return is Prochet. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have something right now. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. His guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Tucker with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially for here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Jackson. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
You want to bleed. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The offense on third down. First point, they could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking for Andrews downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They go play action. Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Bridgewater. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. This goes. DBs in the game. Throwing is Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Justin Houston coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, Bridgewater completes it to the tight end, Smythe. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And again, it's Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Bridgewater will try and throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as you're there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Bridgewater. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And he wisely will throw that one away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Desperation time, fourth down, Bridgewater. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.